And let's begin with a breaking update that's coming in on the Bombardier Global 5000 business jet of the Qatar Executive Airlines, which brought the Indian authorities to Dominica with documents evidencing the fugitive status of Mehul Choksi. That jet has now flown out of Melville Hall Airport at 8:10 p.m. last evening. Now, the destination, interestingly, is unknown. At the time of the plane's departure, Choksi remained in hospital under police guard. There's no question of him being brought back to India on that jet, as was initially planned, because the hearing in the deportation case is still underway. It's been pushed now to July, which means that for the next 1 month, the deportation issue rests as it is. The jet, however, has left now from Dominica. This is the same business jet that brought in the Indian contingent to Dominica. Geeta Mohan is joining us with more details on this. Geeta, no word at this point on exactly where this particular jet is headed. But, keeping in mind all the court developments that have happened in Dominica, looks like perhaps the Indian contingent could be heading back.
Well, that's right. It is. Last we checked, it was flying over Europe, and there is no confirmation of where it is headed. But what we know right now, Akshita, is that it is not carrying the officials. The Indian it is carrying the Indian officials, the 8-member team that was in Dominica to provide those very same papers that you're talking about to the Dominican authorities. They have also flown back, so they are on board that flight, is the information that we're getting from our reporter on the ground, Carlisle. And what I am given to understand is that, through our sources, is that Mehul Choksi is still in the hospital in Dominica, the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital, and amid a very tight security with no access. Certainly nobody can enter that hospital. Only his lawyers, his legal counsels can enter and meet him. So that's the news that's coming in. It just seems, Akshita, like you're very rightly pointing out, that the case might take longer than expected, and therefore there was no use of keeping a leased commercial aircraft parked in an airport in Dominica. The next hearing in the Magistrates Court is on June 14th. The next hearing the date has not been given for the High Court hearing, but that also is a case that has not been adjourned completely, or order has not been read out. And in all probability, what we're given to understand in here is that it could be in July. So this is going to take a longer than expected. And if it goes to trial, as legal counsel say, then it could take maybe a year as well. We do not really know how long this is going to take, but certainly Mehul Choksi would not have been able to come back or be brought back in the coming days, and therefore the jet has flown out.
All right, Geeta, thank you for joining us with all those details. I'd also like to get you an update now this morning from Dominica. Carlisle is joining us live from Dominica. He's been getting us the latest updates with regards to the legal case as well. Carlisle, can you just tell us really what's been the update so far, especially when it comes to really the case hearing on Mehul Choksi's deportation?
Dominica, is that Mehul Choksi continues to be a patient at the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital. Tomorrow, of course, which is Caribbean time, he is expected to appear in court at 9 Caribbean time. So he will be in court for a review of his bail application. He is expected to be in court at 9 Caribbean time to have a review of his bail application. That matter, after that is said, he's expected to be brought back to the hospital. And on Tuesday of this very week, he's expected to come back to court, to the High Court, that is. So his a bail application has been made. Yeah. I can also tell you that the aircraft, which landed in Dominica almost a week ago, has left. The aircraft left just about 8:30 p.m. Caribbean time, destination unknown.
And I want to focus on that also, Carlisle. You did tell us that the jet has left. It landed in Dominica about a week back. Do we have any details about where really it's headed?
The aircraft is destination unknown. It left Dominica just about 8 p.m. Caribbean time, and I'm following it. I will give you details, must be in the morning, as to the destination of the aircraft. But for now, since it has left, we do not know where it is heading to. But definitely, I have a tracker on it, and I will be telling you in the morning where that aircraft will be at this point in time.
Carlyle, also, what about the 8-member Indian team which had flown down to Dominica? Have they also left?
The information I have is that they would have left also with the aircraft. I have not seen them during the course of the day, but the information I have from credible sources is that they also would have left with the aircraft.
All right, Carlyle, thank you for joining us. Carlyle getting us those details from Dominica. He has told us that he is trying hard to track down this jet, and India Today has really been getting you the latest on the movement of this big bird, the Bombardier Global 5000, which carried the Indian authorities to Dominica to pursue this Choksi case. The jet took off from Dominica last evening. This luxurious plane has witnessed several key global events. It's very interesting to really track the journey of this jet and how it's been a part of so many international events concerning India.
A trophy jet, a trophy catch.
I heard about there seemed to be a report of a particular jet, a private jet that has arrived in Dominica from Qatar. Have you been following that story?
Yes, I can confirm that there's a jet there. My understanding is that the Indian government has sent certain documentation from the courts in India to confirm that, Mr. Choksi is indeed a fugitive.
Mehul Choksi captured in Dominica. India scales up efforts to bring him back in connection with the over 13,000 crore PNB fraud case. With this repatriation effort in the Caribbean island nation, a mystery jet also took off from Delhi and landed at Dominica's Douglas Charles Airport just last week. It's a Bombardier Global 5000 charter of Qatar executive. A jet from the family of iconic planes that whisk top executives, policymakers and Hollywood stars around the world. The Global 5000s, made by the Montreal-based Bombardier, fly a maximum range of 9,630 kilometers. The planes boast signature design and a cutting-edge technology. India Today tracked the historical radar data of this particular Bombardier that arrived in Dominica from New Delhi last week. Very interestingly, the path charted by this aircraft puts it in proximity of some of the most major international events. Take a look at how this very private jet reached Male 2 days after a bomb explosion injured former Maldives President Mohammad Nasheed there. Flight data shows the same aircraft arriving in Kathmandu on May the 11th, just a day after Nepal Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli lost his trust vote. And then this very same jet was seen in Moscow between May 11th and 13th. A flight that coincided with the Russian visit of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on May the 12th. The data shows the plane in Geneva between May the 21st and 25th. That's when the World Health Organization's decision-making body, the 74th World Health Assembly, was in a virtual session in the Swiss city. And that's when the first high-level meeting of the National Security Advisors of the United States and Pakistan was also held in Geneva on May the 24th. The aircraft sent from Delhi to Dominica to bring back Mehul Choksi is a plane that has a lot in its flight path. Could the retrieval of one of India's most wanted fugitives be the next notch on its belt? In New Delhi with Ankit Kumar, Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, an intelligence report has been tabled before the Antiguan cabinet regarding Mehul Choksi's missing case and also the mysterious girl who was last seen with Mehul Choksi.
We did receive intelligence briefings. I'm not obliged to disclose any of that particular intelligence information. on the basis that it could prejudice the investigations that are currently taking place. Not only our law enforcement officials here, but clearly they will have to interface with law enforcement officials in Dominica as well as the